Gunshots, demonstrations, curfews. People flee some communities, not from war, but from each other. Not enemies from another country, but neighbors wearing different party colors. This is not fiction. This was Jamaica. And the division continues today, minus the widespread violence, minus the widespread attacks, minus the frequent fleeing. More than 60 years after independence, one question keeps echoing. Why is Jamaica still so divided by politics? We have changed leaders. We have changed many laws, but the bitterness among some still lingers. To understand today, we must go back to the 1970s, a time when politics didn't just control parliament, it controlled parishes, streets, whole communities. Two parties, PNP and JLP, each promising a better Jamaica. But their battles weren't only at the ballot box. They spilled into alleys, into homes, into lives. Political violence wasn't an event. It was a season, and many didn't survive it. Leaders like Manley and Seaga were not just politicians. They were seen as saviors or threats. You couldn't just vote. You had to pick a side and stick to it. Crossing over could get you hurt, or worse. And so began the rise of garrison communities, entire areas controlled by one party, often protected by political dons. These were neighborhoods where loyalty was currency, and opposition could cost your life. Guns, food, jobs, even electricity could be tied to how you voted. Garrison politics didn't just divide Jamaica, it carved it up into green and orange strongholds. And people learned quickly, survival depended on allegiance. The 1980 election, just one example, left more than 800 people dead. That's not a number. That's trauma. That's children watching their fathers fall. That's mothers fleeing their homes, carrying nothing but fear. Now pause. Think about that. Because this isn't just history. These wounds didn't heal. They hardened. And decades later, even as violence fell, the divisions remained in some communities. Today, most Jamaicans won't vote, but many still argue about who mash up the country and who sell we out. The anger, still here. The trust, still missing. Why? It's something that many people avoid saying out loud. Politics in Jamaica is not just tribal, it's transactional. For years, politics became the only way some people could access progress. If you needed a job, you called your MP. If your road had potholes, you waited until election season. If you wanted a house, you wore the right shirt to the right rally. And when help came, it wasn't framed as your right. It was a favor, a reward for loyalty. So instead of strong institutions, we got strong men. Instead of national unity, we got neighborhood rivalry. And while many good politicians tried to fix it, the system was already too deep, too emotional, too ingrained. This isn't just about political parties anymore. It's about a mindset that says, me side right, yours wrong. A mindset that says, if your new support my party, your Cheyenne get help. A mindset passed down like family heirlooms, even when young people say they're tired of politics. But here's the irony. Many Jamaicans today say they're done with politics. They want peace. They want progress. They want unity. So why is the divide still so strong? Because trauma doesn't disappear. It echoes. Some were raised by parents who lost everything in political clashes. Some had family members killed, homes burned, and businesses destroyed. So, when elections come, even if they don't vote, the fear and distrust come flooding back. Not always openly, but silently, in how people speak, in how they avoid conversations, in how they choose silence over risk. And the truth? Some communities are still seen through the lens of political color, strongholds of either the PNP or the JLP. That is the quiet legacy of political division. And that's why healing isn't just about policy, it's about memory. So, how do we fix this? We start by facing it. We start by talking about it, not just at campaign events, but at schools, at home, in church, in youth groups. We teach our history not to shame, but to understand. And we stop pretending this division is just how things are. It wasn't always this way, and it doesn't have to stay this way. We need leaders who don't just win elections, but build bridges. We need citizens who don't just vote, but hold leaders accountable long after ballots are counted. And we need to teach our youth that politics should be about service, not sides. Because if we don't, we'll keep losing the next generation to apathy. And the same old divisions will stay wrapped in new slogans. Here are 4 bonus facts you may not know, but absolutely should. Bonus fact 1. There are still Garrison constituencies in Jamaica today where the same party has won every election since the 1970s. Despite changing leadership, platforms, and performance, that's how deep the roots go. Bonus fact 2. Many of the guns used during the 1980 election were smuggled in through illegal ports, often funded by foreign political supporters and players. Jamaica became a pawn in a global ideological war. Bonus fact 3. Political violence was so normalized that during the height of the conflict, some people refused to ride so-called enemy vehicles. Bonus fact 4. Despite decades of promises, Jamaica has no comprehensive program to document and reconcile the political violence of the past. There's been no truth commission, no national apology, just silence. So yes, the signs of political warfare may have faded, but the scars are still visible if you know where to look. And unless we change the way we think about leadership, democracy, and unity, those scars will continue to shape our future. So, we ask again, why is Jamaica still so divided by politics? Because history doesn't vanish, it hides, and it's time we drag it into the light, not to dwell in the past, but to finally move beyond it. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Is Jamaica ready to break free from this political divide? Or are we still trapped in old loyalties? And if this video hit you deep, share it, subscribe, and help us keep these conversations alive. We have more powerful Jamaican stories coming your way.